everybody. How's it going?
That's the intro.
I
We're
don't
not,
know.
yeah, you know what? We're done saying our names.
We're done saying our names. We're done saying what affiliation we are. You know us. Actually, you know what? I was listening to a podcast and it was a newer one to me and they just went straight into it. And I was like, I know the podcast that I'm listening to, but I don't know who I'm listening to. So I am Jaycee, just in case you do tune in for the first time today.
That's
Um,
true.
and this
That's,
is,
I'm Darian.
Let's
I
Darian.
feel like I did just listen to a podcast that, it's the girls that were on Brooklyn Nine-Nine, and one of them has a way different voice than she did on the show. And
Hmm.
when you're listening, you're like, who the fuck is that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, actually, it was the Vile Files. Do you listen to that or not really?
No, because I hated Nick.
Oh, you did?
The
Did we
bad.
watch it together? That was like
That was like
that.
that. Yeah, I'm
Or
pretty
did
sure.
we watched Pilot Pete, right?
Yes. And
No.
I think, no, Nick. I'm
Oh
pretty
my
sure
God.
Nick
We
was
have
that
to look it
year.
up because
I'm gonna look up what year he was.
I have a feeling that Pilot Pete was the year after we were done college, but we were all still talking about it because like it was our first season not together, you know what I mean?
So true. So
Yeah.
true.
And I saw like a clip of Pete the pilot and
Yeah.
him going on a date with what was her name? She's dating Greg now, or she was dating Greg from Bachelor in Paradise.
Oh yeah.
Gosh, what is her name? Anyways, it was Chase Rice's ex-girlfriend.
Victoria.
Victoria, that's what it was. And they did like I saw these TikTok comments and it was like my enemies like are working hard, but like Bachelorette producers be working
Working
harder or something like
harder.
that.
Oh man. Okay, quick update was that he was the Bachelor in January 2nd, 2017 is when it aired. So we would have been watching it that spring together. And
Pilot Pete or Nick?
Nick.
Nick. Okay, yes, that's what I thought. And we didn't love him, but I
No.
heard good things about the podcast, so I turned it on and I haven't like and for the most part, the bachelorettes that I watch, they drop off the face of the earth afterwards. I don't follow them really beyond that.
Yeah.
And so when I tuned in, I was like, I don't is this what Nick sounds like?
Yeah. Right?
So
Also, I
very
think
interesting.
because they do a lot of reality TV talk, like they interview a lot of reality TV people.
Hmm.
I feel like if you're into reality TV, that pod is for you, you know?
They literally were. I listened to it because it said Summer House. That was the only reason.
There you have it.
So we need to get somebody from Summer House on the pod so more people listen to us.
Can you imagine?
Could you imagine? We asked them,
Blow
"Do you
up.
like the smell of your own farts?"
Yeah. We're like, come on to our pod. We're gonna ask you the most ridiculous shit. That would be hilarious.
Just here to fucking, you know, what do you call that? What do you call what we do? Like when we ask people questions like that. What's the word for that?
Interview?
No, like as a joke.
Roast?
Roast. I think that's it. Yeah.
I think we're roasting people. Like we're kind of, yeah.
Troll. That's what I was thinking. Trolling people.
Troll.
This
You
brings
yelling
us
it.
into our first follow-up from last week. Words
Yes.
that did not make sense. Um, Darian, as we all know, she put in overtime last week and just came locked and loaded to the pod. This week, not so much, which is fine.
I can only do so much.
And honestly, respect, really. Like,
Yeah, you know, this
okay,
is like, you know what you're dealing with, so.
yes, I have 6 words. Okay. One of them I did put on here from a um, FDFF person,
Yeah.
a Four Degrees Funnier fan, what do we call them though?
No, like 4 degrees funnier fam.
So do we just call them an FDFF? From an
Yeah.
FDFF, yeah.
Yeah,
From
from an
an
F. Yeah,
yeah.
you're a fan, fam, whatever.
Hmm. So let's just start off with hers. Um, oh, I have another thing that we need to talk about today for sure because this is a transition. Don't let me forget about Elsa and Anna. Okay, that's the next topic we need to talk about.
Okay, I
Um,
just want to pause because I know the word you're about to say, and I don't like how that's leading you to that. Okay?
It's only because the girl who put it in told me something about Elsa and Anna. So
Yeah.
that's the only association that I have here. Nothing to the word that I'm about to say. But without further ado, the
Yeah.
word is blowjob.
It's the family-friendly podcast.
Hello to my nephews tuning in,
Yeah, who watch us religiously weekly on TV. So,
who are 3 and 1.
when?
So
So really, we know it doesn't make any sense. It's not. Yeah,
there's no blowing.
yeah. That was the point our follower made.
Hmm.
That yeah. I'm trying to think of words as you go because I didn't think about it that much.
I feel like I was being like Ted Mosby all week and being like, bull? Like,
Oh,
and then I would say things a few times, be like, is that weird? But I was thinking, I mean, like I said, more things along the line of like Bluetooth and whatever. But yeah, blowjob, I thought that is actually a great one because
that's a good one.
when they're just used, I mean, not that we use that word that often, but like
Yeah,
when things are just used as like a daily term, you don't question that that's just the word for it, right?
so true.
This is totally off topic, one edge of, the dictionary to the other.
Hmm.
Get ready for this one. This one's a triggering word. Stoichiometry.
Oh no, I didn't need that. Um,
Can you believe that that randomly crossed my mind?
no. Why?
I actually think, shout out to my senior chem, because we were tight. We had a bond. Again, if we go back to this whole geek thing, I was a
Yeah,
science nerd on the nerd side, you
yeah.
know.
I was on the jock side. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
you remember this. So, I forget, but Alex and I had gone on like a little road trip, and again, me just spewing. I was telling him something about like my tight knit group. Oh, this is what it was.
Hit me with it. Fuck.
The bartender at the golf course that we went golfing at looked like one of the guys.
You're
Mark
like,
this, bleep his little name. So he looked like him.
oh, TBT.
Yeah, TBT. And I was like, oh, this guy who was a part of my chem class. And so, anyways, I was showing Alex these pictures because I had chem t-shirts made for our class. And literally, it's just a group of like 6 of us that took like Chem 1, Chem 2, OChem 2. I forget what other chemistries we took, but like it was a lot and not very many people were taking it. So it was like a core 6 of us always moving through.
Mm-hmm.
And I had shirts made that said, "You either get organic chemistry or you don't," because an ether is like a type of chemical bond. And yeah, it was pretty. Anyways,
Do you
that
hate
led me
yourself
to stoichiometry.
now? Do you like when you say that out loud? Does that make you hate yourself, or do you are you like I'm cool?
I
Because like
think in hindsight, I was pretending to be somebody that I wasn't because we all know, again, two
should have been
brain
on the
cells.
jock side. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
So like,
exactly it.
and it's like you either get it or you don't, and I don't get it.
Yeah,
I knew what an ether was, and that was it.
but yeah, you were basically on the other side.
Yeah.
Oof.
So I just think stoichiometry is like, could there not have been a better word?
Literally. One word that I was just thinking about that came to mind actually was soup.
Okay.
Like for why?
Yeah.
Soup.
Yeah. Just sit on that one for a little while.
Yeah, right? Like what?
We just chose it. Same with stew. Soup and stew. Like
Yeah.
stew, that sounds
You.
sounds like something's festering.
Yeah, I'm just gonna stew in it. And it's also that's the weird part is it's a dual purpose word that means feels like it means nothing. You're gonna stew in it, or would you like some stew? It's just
Hmm.
beef cooking forever. Like what?
But I guess like to stew in it, like stew literally just sits there and simmers for a long time.
Yeah,
And
but it's weird that it's an adjective and a meal. Like,
I concur. I totally agree with you.
people.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Okay, other ones that I have. Itinerary.
Mm, that's
Why?
a good one.
Just say plan. Or like
Just be normal.
Be normal
There's
about
a
it.
lot of I's in that word as well, which I don't like.
I think it's only two.
Is there only two? I think there's three. Either way, two feels like too many, do you
Too
think?
too many. That's my motto.
Like,
It's
I
Itinerary. Too many R's. That's a problem. Two as well.
don't have anything.
If there's more than one of the letter in the
We don't
word,
like it.
get out of here.
Get out of there. We're not here for that. Yeah,
I'm not here for that. We're one and done, baby.
that's hilarious.
Uh, um, my thoughts rolling together. Schedule.
Mm,
I was like, when I was thinking about this, I was like, itinerary. How dare it? And then I was like,
like,
wait a minute.
wait 1 second.
Evil cousin schedule? No.
You know what I think is like I just don't really like is like CH words. Like anything with
Hmm.
a CH. Why is it sometimes a sound and sometimes not that same sound? Like
Yeah.
I just again this brings me back. I think we said this last week. English would be the worst language ever to
Yep.
learn. It's stupid. Nothing makes sense. There's actually hardly any rules. You know, they're like I before E, except for in all of these scenarios. It's like no, no. There's either rules. It's like math has rules or it doesn't. You know,
Yeah. English is trying to gaslight you.
yeah. Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
Um, I also in sixth grade, maybe fifth and sixth grade, our gym teacher, he would say schedule. Yeah. So that's really stuck with me, you
Yeah.
know?
Also,
And
did he like
again,
spit food on you when he said it? Because
a little bit.
yeah, that feels like the vibe. Not in a
Yeah.
good way, in a negative way.
Yeah,
Hey,
in a
wait,
negative way. It's just an association, right?
I have to go pee.
Oh, okay. We'll pause for a moment.
Sorry. Let me just flag this moment.
You're like unwell.
I'm like, I just had that beer.
Palms are sweaty, knees weak, arms are heavy. There's vomit on his sweater already. Mom's spaghetti. He's nervous, but on the surface, he looks calm and ready to drop bombs. But he keeps on forgetting what he wrote down. The whole crowd grows so loud. He opens his mouth, but the words won't come out. He's joking now. He's choking now. Everybody's joking now. The clock's run out. Time's up. Over plow. Snap back to reality. Oh, there goes gravity. Oh, there goes gravity. Choked. He's so mad, but he won't give up that easy. You're welcome, Allie.
Are you singing "Lose Yourself" by Eminem in here?
Could you hear that?
Yeah.
I thought I'd entertain Allie in the time that you were gone. I just said, you're welcome, Allie.
Like, you're welcome. Thanks, Sally. Thanks for listening.
And finito.
And done. Okay,
And scene.
what's the next word?
Counter. Countertop.
Yeah, because like I understand it as like a point of time reference, but like just put it on the counter. What's it counting?
But like, you are a counter,
Yeah.
right? Like,
Very
what?
weird.
How did that cross over? Or they did it because they were counting things on it.
But still, they're not, the counter's not the counter. If they
But
were counting things on it, they're still the counter.
yeah, that's right. Okay. Last but not least, I don't know what this debate is about, but donut.
See,
Donut.
I like kind of get it.
But it's not dough.
Well, it's dough before.
But where's the nut?
That's a great question.
And also, how do you spell donut?
Yeah, because why are we going all like DONUT, but it's like DOUH
GH.
UGHNUT. Why it can't be both.
Yeah. How confusing. I don't know how many times I've written donut down and I'm like, oh, you idiot, you spelt it wrong. And then I go back and then I'm like, wait,
Oh,
no, those are both right.
I was just gonna say I was thinking about like a donut, like a if you have a tailbone injury donut. you know?
Yeah.
And you'd have to spell that one not with the UGH because it's not dough.
So now we
Then
dropped the dough portion of it to DONUT for a shape. What shape is
so
that?
a donut describes a circle with a hole in it, but a donut UGH describes the food. Is that what we think?
Well, but is a donut like a literal shape? Or what do you call all of the elementary school teachers are screaming at us right now.
Yeah, I bet you. I actually that brings me to a donut shape.
Like, is it a
Yeah, it is a shape. It's often described as a three-dimensional surface of revolution formed by rotating circles around an axis that lies in the same plane as the circle but does not intersect it.
Jesus Christ, Arian, that is crazy.
Yeah.
Wow, that's wild. But anyways, those were my words of the week. So nothing crazy, but just a couple more things that I was like, that doesn't quite add up to me.
Just a few more.
I had a call back from last week as well. Um, I think that I would change maybe my body of Christ lately to this. Maybe this brings us to like a weekly roundup or like a hyper fixation.
Yeah.
But Biscoff spread. Have I talked about this on the pod? I don't think I
Oh.
have. Have you ever had cookie butter from Trader Joe's?
Yes.
So it's like that, but Biscoff. So obviously it tastes like a Biscoff cookie, but in spread form. And if you have an English muffin and you toast the English muffin and put that on there, I'm deceased. It's so good. It's such a good little nightcap, sweet little treat.
Oh my God.
And also lately I've been putting it in my oatmeal with waffle protein powder, waffles and syrup protein powder with Biscoff spread in it. If you want an elite combo, that's it.
That sounds amazing. Where do you get your waffles and syrup flavored protein powder?
We just got it from King. I'll have to look up to see what brand it is,
Yeah, I
or
haven't
just like
done
look
that.
to see what brand it is. But what's the craziest flavor of protein that you've bought?
I am like I don't fuck around with crazy protein powder because honestly, one time I bought like a, the big ones.
Yes.
I'm talking about. I bought one of those of the chocolate peanut butter one when I was a personal trainer at Good Life, and by the end, it's bad. It's
Mhm.
not. It doesn't taste good anymore. It also has like a horrible. It wasn't a very good brand, so it's kind
Mhm.
of got a bad taste. I'm like a vanilla. I love a vanilla protein powder.
You know what? I was too. And now my trick is I never drink protein powder. Never.
Girl, what you
So
be putting it in though?
I be
You're doing
putting it
oatmeal.
in what?
You're doing oatmeal. You're
I'm
doing.
putting it in my oatmeal. I'm putting it in my yogurt.
I do like it in my yogurt.
Yeah, I'm putting it in my smoothie. Obviously, I guess that counts as drinking it.
Yes, yeah, I'm not
Um,
drinking it. No.
no,
People who are just all out there willy nilly putting it in like a water or a milk,
no.
both make me so grossed out for no reason.
I know. There's no good way to drink it, and I don't care what anybody says. I will never drink it like that ever again.
No.
But my hot tip is getting fruity type of protein powder, which I before I was like, I'm never buying that. That sounds so disgusting because I was traumatized by drinking protein powder. It's
Yes.
disgusting. So I
So
was like, I'm never getting that. I'm only ever getting vanilla. Or no, I think I would only get chocolate. Like vanilla was okay, but like chocolate was better.
hmm
But now I rarely buy chocolate. I have like a mango peach one right now that I put in my yogurt and then I top it with like granola and fruit. And then the waffles one I put in my oatmeal. And then I also use the mango peach one for my smoothies, which if you haven't bought a fruity type of protein for your smoothies,
That's
it's a game changer.
man. You know what? I should. I
You
feel
should
like
try it.
I gotta give it a go.
But just get a small one or get a sample if they'll give you a
Just
sample.
I was gonna say I need the small ones because
Hmm.
yeah, I just got the French vanilla not that long ago, so we're still making our way through that. But yeah, drinking, I that's what probably did it for me. Oh, gonna yawn. was that I drank some of the chocolate peanut butter stuff back in that day, and I used to do it all the time. I'd bring it to work,
Hmm.
and now thinking about it, like I'm sick. I'm like,
I
I'm
know your
unwell.
stomach. And also, like, it has to be like that's something I would put ice in milk, like for, because it
Yeah,
needs to be cold.
needs to be cold.
If you leave it, like, even if you put it and you shake it up and you put it in your car and drive from your house to work, by that time,
My
opening it up
hands
is
just
like
got like
toxic waste.
wet. My hands are. That's the other thing about drinking a protein powder is the smell of it in the cup after is horrific. No.
So bad. So bad. When I was in Cairo school, I tried to be like, because everybody was, and I didn't know who I was in Cairo school. Everyone was like, plant-based, like, no way. And well, not like WHEY, not like
WHY.
yeah. Oh, WHEY, yeah. And anyways, so I got like a natural plant-based protein powder.
You learned a hard lesson, didn't you?
Learned a hard lesson. Um, One time I was very, very hungover. I had to get woken up by my friends. They came, broke into my house, banged on my door, and said, "Girl, we have a volleyball tournament this weekend. We signed up for a grass volleyball tournament, and we all went out as a team the night before, and I didn't plug my phone in, so I didn't get my alarm to go off. And so I was severely hungover. I was like, you guys need to go down the road, go get some coffee and some snacks, come back, and I will be ready to go." So they did, and they came back and they got me, and I had a protein shake. And I was so ill. Thinking about being hungover and drinking a protein shake
I'm
is.
nauseous right now.
And then I
I'm kind of
I did
sweating.
kind of drink it, most of it. But obviously I was so ill, and it's the middle of summertime because it's an outdoor grass tournament. And my friend was so courteous. We had to pull over at a Perkins on the way so that we could use their facilities.
Yeah, you're chucking.
Yeah, yeah, not good.
I'm sure.
Finished most of it, forgot it in the back of his car.
Mm, no.
He, bless his soul, he's the nicest man on this face of the earth. He came over, like, or I saw him at school, like, sometime, and he was like, "Oh, Jay, I have your shaker bottle." And then he he gave it to me, and he literally said to me, he's such a cute guy. He's so cute. He goes, "It was stinky." And I was like, "You are the best friend in the world because if I were you, I would have thrown it
Throw
out."
it out.
And like, but he cleaned it out for me, dumped it out. I was like, "Bless your soul."
Dude, dude.
Is that disgusting?
Also, I'm just remembering that at one point I used to drink coffee and protein powder.
What's your thoughts on that?
It's fucking horrible.
We act
Honestly,
like we've been a nom.
the things that I used to do when I worked at the gym was like absurd. It was like at one point it was all like nobody's getting enough fat. So
Yes.
everybody needs to put coconut oil in their coffee in the morning or you'll die.
Yes.
So we were all doing that. And
Yeah.
then it was just like no one's having enough protein. If you're not drinking protein in your coffee, you're gonna die. And everyone's like, yeah, yeah. Oh,
You're just like incessantly trying to keep up when you're in the fitness like world.
yeah. I had so many eating disorders in that time. It's hard to believe. Like, can't go back.
No, 1,000%. Was it like that in physio school where like for us in Cairo school, we had like a lunchroom, like a cafeteria, obviously, and you could buy food at it, but they also had like industrial fridges that everyone would put their lunches in, like put their lunch kits in. Did you guys have that?
We didn't.
No? Okay. Well, ours was like it's basically like an elementary school. Well, you've been there, but for the listeners,
Yeah.
it's like an elementary school that got turned into chiropractic school. So it's like a decent sized building, like but not gigantic. It's just like a focused school of a decent size. Like so the cafeteria was big enough that like all the people in, well, most of the students could fit their lunches in there. Mind you, they were like stacked three high at times, and you had to wait about 10 minutes to get your lunch out of the fridge sometimes. But that was another thing is that like if you didn't pack a lunch and you bought a lunch, I feel like everyone was like, "Oh my God, so unhealthy of you." Like you're buying
Oh,
lunch. That's crazy. And then like you sit down and then you see what everybody's eating, and it's just like you were so hyper aware of what you were doing and
Mhm.
always feeling like it wasn't healthy enough, you know?
Oh, see, actually, I feel like we didn't have that experience. Um, I think because we went to like Queens is just fucking ginormous, and
Yeah, it's
like
huge.
we were kind of everywhere on the campus, but we did
Yeah.
have a few like common spots we'd eat. I think where it was that for us, like that competition of what you were doing, was in the gym. We'd all
Yeah.
go to the gym at the same time, typically like right after classes. We'd all like walk to the gym, and like everybody at physio school is going to the gym, you know?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And it was like kind of competing with what you were doing in there
Mm-hmm.
or what intramural sports you were involved in the evening.
Mm-hmm.
That was like where people, I feel like it was like if you weren't working out enough, you weren't healthy. But I actually feel like it was a better environment food wise than definitely fucking personal training gyms is like literal nightmare. But
Yeah.
yeah, I remember just like chugging monsters at lunch. You know, people are like, drink up, like
Yeah. That was a normal part of it was the caffeine consumption.
abnormal.
Abnormal, but and that's also where my addiction came from too. And honestly, whatever, it is what it is.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
You gotta do what you gotta do. Um, I had a thought. Um, okay, let me just talk to you for a minute about cows and horses. Okay?
Okay.
Something that irritates me. This is a play on words maybe, like or playing off of the whole words topic. How many names that horses and cows go by based on where are at in their life and like their breeding
That's actually
things.
so true.
Have you ever thought about that?
I do have a kid that's like obsessed with farm animals right now. And sometimes he'll be like, this is a steer. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
And then he's like, this is a bull. And I'm like, okay. And then he's like, this is a calf. And I'm like, just because they're different sizes?
Yeah.
I'm like, kind of a
Yeah.
weird moment, dude. Like,
So I mean I deal with a lot of work with a lot of am friends with a lot of like ranching community type of people.
yeah,
And I'll be honest, I've never understood it. Like I've always just heard like, oh, it's a foal, oh, it's a heifer, oh, and I'm like, okay, I get it. Like that was a horse, this is a cow, whatever.
yeah.
But then I saw something posted the other day and I was like, I'm mad. I'm like,
I'm pissed.
I this is a foreign language to me. I do not understand what you're talking about.
Yeah. What was it?
A brood mare.
Oh, I think I know this one.
What is it?
Well, it's a young female horse, right? A mare is a horse, right?
A mare is a horse, yes.
But brood is a specific thing. Cassidy, if she's listening to this, is gonna fucking kill me right
I
now.
know she's gonna be like, you
She's gonna be like,
idiots.
bitch. Um, oh, I can't remember what brood means though.
Okay, so this brings me in a transition that we'll have to get back to these horse names, but I went to Winnipeg this weekend.
No way.
Yeah. So my best friend had her baby shower this weekend,
Oh my god.
and I flew in and I surprised her. I didn't tell anybody except for my sister that I was going.
That is amazing. Was she sobbing?
Oh, she was sobbing. Like not my sister, but Taylor, the other
Yeah, I
Taylor.
can picture it. I can picture it.
Oh yeah,
And
sobbing. And so it worked out so well. I'll have to tell you more about that. But yeah, it was her baby shower this weekend. I told her sister-in-law who was planning the baby shower that I was going to come. And
Mhm.
initially I didn't think I could, and I figured it out. So I was literally in Winnipeg for less than 24 hours.
Respect.
No, maybe just a little bit more than 24 hours, but made it. It was amazing. So, um, this just made me think that, well, I had this thought because somebody had posted about this brood mare, and I was triggered by how many names there were. Well,
Yeah.
I went to Winnipeg this weekend, and conveniently, my sister, who I stayed with for a night, she's a vet tech. And so I was like, this is going to be great for the pod because I need you to tell me what all of these words mean.
Yeah,
And
him
so
or
her and I talked about it, and I have all of the details. So, a brood mare is a mare is like a mare, a female horse specific for breeding.
ah.
Yep. Yep. So, we're going to play a little game. Try and name as many different types of like horse references like as to their age and stuff like that that you can.
Cassidy's gonna kill me. Okay. I'm so nervous. Okay.
Here, I'll tell you how many there are. One, two,
No,
three,
I'm not.
four, five, six, seven, eight.
I feel unprepared.
Try. Let's see how
Okay.
many we get.
Okay. Hit me with it.
You try and name them.
Oh, you're just like wondering for. It's just like. Oh, okay.
Like, what's another like thing like a mare? Like, what's the male version of that? Or like, what's a baby called? What's like an adult called?
I'm stressed. Okay. Well, full
Okay.
yearling.
Yes.
Okay. Off to a great start.
Two
I
for two, maybe.
I need six more. Okay, a male horse. Okay, wait, there's yearling and then there's something else. When they're like,
Throw out a couple more names, just a couple more, and then I'll go over all of
okay,
them with you.
are they all age related? Are some of these like their
No, they're like
status of like where they're
breeding
at?
breeding status, like whether they're castrated or not, that sort of stuff. Yeah.
Okay, so my thought was like an unbridled mare
Okay.
and
That's
like a
not one.
broke mare.
Okay. No.
Okay, so not doing very good.
You
Uh,
were.
yearling.
I think those were more about like their tameness and like
Yeah,
if they've been
that's what I thought.
trained.
They've been trained.
Yeah.
I
Can you
can't
think of
think
any
of
more?
anymore.
No?
No, I'm
Okay.
too great.
I'll start from the bottom and I'll work my way up. So you were right. Foal is a baby horse.
Yes.
A baby horse, okay? A yearling is a 1-year-old baby horse. So
Yeah.
anything under 1 year is a full yearling, obviously a year, okay? Now we are in the under 4 years old
Okay.
category, okay?
I knew there was like a toddler stage.
Yep. Yeah. Under 4, an intact male is a colt.
Ah,
Yep.
obviously.
And then a filly is an intact male under, or excuse me, an intact female
No.
under 4.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So a colt and a filly. A gelding is a castrated male.
I knew that for some reason.
A mare is a female over 4. A brood mare is one specifically used for
For
breeding.
breeding.
And then an intact male over the age of 4 is a stallion. Isn't that crazy?
Horse. It's a horse.
I know. It's like that's what I think. I'm like, I can't believe we're just like, oh my God, no, it's a horse. Like, but
Also,
they're
why are we so specifically gendering horses with their status of their reproductive system? Like,
yeah,
seems like a little bit much. Like a lot of pressure for them. Like their horse. Can they? And then the follow up question: are they able to be bred? I'll let you know.
yeah.
That's their business. Like, let me let me ask them first if they want that information shared with you.
We're
You don't need to.
pro-choice.
You know what? I got into this about disabilities, and this brings me to this. But it's like person first disabilities we try to use, right? Not like labeling people for their disabilities. Same thing with horses' reproductive cycles. We shouldn't be first reproductive cycle, then horse. It should be like she's a mare. Oh, she's
Yeah.
a mare that's brood. Not the other way around. Get with
And brood
it.
just sounds mean. That sounds rude. I do
I was just
not
saying.
think I would be like want to be referred to as brood.
Currently now, you're a brood mare. Just to like let you know. If you're in childbearing years, you haven't been fixed. It's like
Broodmare.
they would say to you like, "Oh, that's Jaycee. She's a childbearing woman."
Yeah.
It's like, "No.
Yeah.
Let's
It's
not do that."
wild. Okay, I'll tell you the cows too. And then I'll tell you fun little things after that because I learned so much from Taylor this weekend.
Wow.
So, baby cows are calves, okay? Steers are castrated bulls, like or
Right.
castrated males, I should say. Don't say bulls.
Yeah.
A heifer is a female that has not given birth yet.
Yeah.
A cow is a mother cow,
Yes.
and then a bull is an intact male.
Weirdly, would have got the cow ones because some of our family owns an auction mart. So I spent a lot of time at auction marts growing up. I
There
know
you
the
go.
cow stuff. The horse stuff,
Horse stuff is crazy. 8 different
way
like
too many names.
that's way too much. Okay,
Yeah.
do you know what a male donkey is called?
Male donkey. Why wouldn't they just be a
It's
donkey?
exactly what you think it is.
It's an ass, right?
A jackass.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Do you know what a female is?
No.
A Jenny.
Oh, I did know this. I did know this.
Jack and Jenny.
My friend had a donkey growing up. Why?
Yeah. Okay, these are the fun ones that I found. So, we obviously know that you can breed horses and donkeys together,
Yeah.
right? But did you know that when it's like a female donkey versus a female horse, like depending on which one is bred, they're called different things? Because you just thought they're just a mule, right?
Oh, they're not, are they? One is a donkey and one's a. Are they separate? Is mule the category?
Mule is,
Mule is the one that's one and donkey's the other?
nope,
Oh.
because it's still a cross. So if a male donkey breeds with a mare, a female horse, then it's a mule. But then if it's a female donkey and a male horse, then it's a hinny.
No.
I know.
For what reason? A hinny, a jenny, a jack, a mule?
Right?
Ugh. It's a bred. This is an
It's a
animal.
mule for all I care.
Oh.
Isn't that mind blowing? I was like, I can't believe that. And so excuse me, when my sister was telling me about it, I was like incessantly taking. Why do I keep saying incessantly? Is that a word? In,
I think you're almost there.
anyways, let's just skip over that one. Um, anyways, I was really taking notes.
I
And
was aggressively taking notes.
aggressively taking notes. And then so I'm listening in one ear and then the other ear is just like me trying to type this out or whatever. So she's telling me about like the horse slash donkey situation, like crossing them over.
Yeah.
And so I hear like, okay, so when it's a male and a female, then it's this. And so I'm like, okay, male times female is, and she goes, no, no. She goes, it's always a male and a female. And I was like, oh my God. She's like, I know it's 2025, but you always need a male and a female. I was like, I'm an idiot. All I wrote down was male times female donkey equals.
Equals. My favorite part is knowing your sister would have been like, oh, I can't wait. I see what you're typing there. I'm gonna tell you, you're so, so wrong.
Oh my God, it was so funny. I was like, how embarrassing.
Oh my God. Male times female.
I'm like, got it. Male times
Got it.
female. She's
You're
like,
like,
no,
that
you
makes a
idiot.
donkey. Got it. Right.
So I learned a lot this weekend.
Wow, I'm so happy for you. I did not know you did that.
Hmm.
You were
Yeah,
so
it was excellent. It was an excellent weekend. So 10 out of 10 would recommend.
love that.
Yeah, man. Is there anything else really you want to chit chat about this week?
One thing that I was thinking about was that obviously I don't know if you've heard the news about Taylor Swift, but it's kind of like important.
Hey, no, I haven't. I've seen roundabout news, but I don't know what's happening.
Okay, so she bought her masters for like $350 million this weekend. So now, because, okay, so previously she did not own the music, right? She owned her songs that she had written because you can't take away that she's the author of those.
Yeah.
But she didn't own anything that went with it. Everything was owned by a label.
Okay.
And then obviously a few years back, her label went and sold it to Scooter Braun, which led her to release all the Taylor's version albums of her original work.
Yeah.
So that she could own it. You know,
Okay.
she would own Taylor's versions. And then another label company took over those those masters and then gave her the option to buy them this time around, which has like barely ever happened. No one's really let her do it. So now she officially owns her entire life's work. Like all of it, all the art, all the things to her. Yes,
Um,
please.
when you said masters, I thought you meant a degree.
No, it's more than that.
Okay.
It's the masters are like the original work.
So it's everything about it.
It's everything. Yeah.
It's the key.
It's the key. It actually is. So she
Wow.
now owns all of them. So now you can listen to all of the albums on any streaming service you like, Apple Music.
Hmm.
And
At Apple Music only,
you
actually.
don't have to feel bad about it anymore because she owns all of them now.
Wow.
So it's kind of huge. You can listen to like her debut album and Reputation now without being like, this is like benefiting Scooter Braun, which before it was. Now it's benefiting Taylor Swift to listen.
Only all like it's all going to her now.
All of it.
Wow. Well, that's pretty crazy, and it's wild that that happens.
Yeah. Pretty crazy. Pretty big. I feel like, well, everybody thought there was some like Easter eggs that she was going to release something on the 26th, and then nothing came of that, and everyone was like devastated. You know, everyone's like,
Hmm.
great, we thought we were getting Reputation, and now, you know, she announced that she bought the masters and she released a statement saying, like, I'm not going to be re recording Reputation yet. She's like, I don't feel like I can re record it. It was kind of my, like, that time, but I've re recorded my debut album and I plan to release it. So now it's like her debut album is a number one country album on, I can't remember which streaming service it was, Apple Music this week.
Oh, wow, really? From like when she was like 17?
Yeah.
Holy smokes. So the Swifties are really pulling through for T Swizzle right now.
The Swifties are popping off. Yeah,
We love that, honestly. We love like supporting women, you know?
we really do.
So, and you obviously, I mean, again, respect to T Swizzle. It's not that I don't like her, but you really love her.
I'm obsessed with her. Yeah.
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 So,
Big day.
this is your PSA to tell everybody to go ahead and tune in.
Yeah, tune in now and you can listen and be like, this is a banger. And not be like, gotta skip, it's not Taylor's version.
I didn't even know that that was a thing, honestly. That's wild. I knew that Taylor's version was a thing, but I thought it was because they told her that they wanted to change it, but I didn't think about like the monetary side of it.
Yeah. Yeah, I was
Wow.
reporting every single time I would listen to a playlist and it would give me a song that wasn't Taylor's version. I was reporting it to Apple Music as spam.
Oh, really?
Legitimately, every single time for the
That's
last God
amazing.
knows how many years. Yeah, so I don't have to do that anymore, which is a huge weight off my back. And Apple Music's, they're like, thank God that bitch isn't gonna be reporting us anymore.
They're like, Give us a goddamn break. We're
Yeah,
doing the
like
best we can."
just stop listening to playlists.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. Well, shout out to T Swizzle then. Good for you, girl.
Yeah, shout out to
That's
our lady.
amazing. That's amazing. Okay, we need to wrap up really quick, but can I just say one last thing that I had on the list this week?
Yes.
So I realized on Facebook, the older women, not calling them old, but they're older. So say maybe our mom's age and then a little bit older than that.
Hmm.
Um, they will comment on people's posts, and that is the caption of the photo. They will be like, lovely photo. It's like closed captioning for the photo. Lovely photo of Darian wearing a camouflage top at a beach. Love that for you, or something,
So true. It is the closed captioning. I've
right?
never considered it as that. Yeah.
It literally is like if you are visually impaired and you want to just talk text the comments to see what the picture is, the older women will have you covered. I was scrolling through and like again, no shame because I love all of my aunties are probably listening and I love you guys, but I've seen some things that I've just
Your
noted.
Facebooks. I'm creeping your Facebooks, and let me tell you.
Let me tell you, I think it's great because it's very engaging. They are showing you that they see exactly what's going on and that they appreciate all of the details of the photo that you chose to post on Facebook.
Dude, okay, that and also another side of that is that recently I saw one of my like great aunts posted a screenshot. Someone was selling something and they screenshotted the ad and put it on there. But it was
Hmm.
a Facebook ad. It's like if you would have shared it, people could have clicked on it and seen the ad, but like it
Hmm.
was just a screenshot of it. And I think every time I see that, I'm like, oh, that's wholesome. Like,
Yeah. And the other thing too is that like God bless them if you're like please share this post blah 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 whatever to like if you need to get something across you're selling something whatever
mm-hmm.
they have your back. They are going to share it.
No, 100% they do.
But they are also going to have their Facebook so locked down that not a single person outside of their friends list can see
And
it.
see it. Man, that's so true.
Isn't it? Like they're so supportive and they're the best community on there, but it does crack me up. Like one of my One of my mom's friends like commented on my mom's photo being like, Andrew, great photo of you and whoever, like at whatever. And I was just like cackling because I was like, that's exactly what the picture is. That's amazing.
Thank you for describing it. I am getting the full picture. Yeah, I know exactly
Attention
what
to
you're saying.
detail, 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
that's so good.
there are the closed captioning of Facebook. Or if you don't know what caption to post, just post it on Facebook, copy and paste that into your Instagram because it'll be captioned for you.
God, that's amazing.
So that's my final thought for today.
I love it. We should end on that note then. I don't
There
have
we
anything
go.
to add, obviously. So.
That's all. That's
I'll,
it. That's all,
I'll have
folks.
some thoughts
So
for next week.
yeah. Anyways, thanks for chatting with us today
Yeah.
and getting those spirits up.
The finger was shaking. Why?
Yeah, because I'm
Those
unwell.
fingers. Spirits up.
The spirits are going.
All right, well, everybody enjoy your week. We'll see you next week.
Have a good weekend. Bye.